has Zion Williamson already established himself as a superstar in the NBA?
Who put him up to this?
Hey.
I know you guys did.
You know we didn't. You know we didn't.
Rick, teach
I'm trying to educate these guys, Rick. Me and Greg are on one side, you're on the other.
Are we handing out the superstar tag like they hand out keychains at a trade show?
Yes.
Like,
Apparently so.
well,
That's
it's
what we do. This is 2020.
Yeah, welcome.
superstar. He's not even an all-star yet.
Thank you.
He is, now, I will say this. He is exciting and fun to watch. He has shown some superstar-like qualities. But right now, he's an energy guy. That's what he is. He's an energy guy, and he's a dynamic energy guy because he's so athletic. But superstar is a guy who, I mean, first of all, what's the accomplishment at this point?
Nothing.
He's a celebrity.
Yes. He's,
In this day and age,
he's a
with the
celeb- so
internet,
is
with the
LaMelo Ball.
social media, that's right. That's what they are.
So, but for me, a superstar leads you to championships. He's the best player on your team. Zion Williamson is not the best player on this team. They don't play through him offensively. Defensively, he's not very good. I mean, he's kind of lost defensively. What surprises me is that as dynamic and athletic as he is, he's kind of a phone booth rebounder. Like, I would have expected that he was going to be able to, that was one thing. He was going to put up huge numbers. Offensively, he can go get his own, and he can do some electric things. But, man, I mean, Judge Judy a superstar? Because she's very popular.
So, Greg Jennings, let me read the definition of superstar. You'll take it.
Please do.
According
You know
Wait a minute.
this
Yes.
ends your
Who's
argument.
who's
This steals your
whose
credibility.
definition?
superstar, the dictionary definition. Look it up.
Okay.
High profile and extremely successful. Greg Jennings,
He's high profile.
take it away.
Look, Zion Williamson is a superstar. The question should really be, can he live up to the superstardom? And my answer is, right now with the sample size that we've seen, Rick, I get it. I get it. What has he done? Well, he's been effective. He's been very effective when he's been given the opportunity, when he's been given the minutes, and when he's been asked to be effective in these 9 games, as you're going to so eloquently allude to.
9 games, my
27
goodness.
minutes.
Oh, my God.
Listen to what I'm saying. When you talk about a superstar, you're talking about a guy who was the #1 overall pick. He has all this hype surrounding him. And everyone has this expectation of him and what they consider he could be or should be or will he be.
Yeah.
Right now, with what we're seeing, even last night, he is showcasing to us that, yes, I'm going to live up to the hype. I get it, it's 9 games, but...
What was that? What was that? Going to. Did you say? You said going to. He's going to live up to the hype.
Yes, meaning he is in it. He's going to live up to the hype.
He's doing that
He's
now.
living it.
Rick, the number.
I'm
First
going
9 games.
to have
to
some
live
bacon
right.
after the show. I'm not in bacon right now.
Hey, you look like you already had the bacon.
Rick, first 9 games.
Yes.
Last 30 years, nobody else in NBA history has scored 20 or more in 7
Oh,
of the
Why don't we go to
Good.
30
I'm just
years?
saying,
Why don't we
you're
talk
asking
He
for
said
numbers.
that like he
You're
said something.
asking
Right,
for
like
numbers.
he just
You're
said
asking
something.
for numbers.
But
I'm giving you the numbers.
why are they those numbers?
it.
Because
Stop
when they
it.
went back, they had to figure out like a number
He's on
that
a
worked so
minutes
that they could put him
restriction,
in
Rob
there.
Parker. A minutes restriction coming off an injury. He's
I
scratching
just
the
think
surface.
it's
He's
premature,
already-
and this is the life that we live in. We want to crown people right away because they were
No,
the
we're
first
not crowning
overall
anybody
pick,
but
or
Zion
because,
Williamson.
or because he's on the social media and everybody knows who he is because he played at Duke. He's a fine player. He's not a superstar.
Okay, nobody's-
Rick's definition is perfect. That's the real definition of a superstar.
What? Which part? Which part?
Is Ja Morant
No.
a superstar?
Trae Young is not a superstar.
Is
Ja
Luka
Morant-
Doncic a
Luka
superstar?
Doncic is a superstar,
Hold on.
yes.
I could argue, and I agree, Trae Young is not a superstar yet. But there's more evidence to back up Trae Young being a superstar than Zion Williamson. Trae Young is starting in the All-Star game because of all the fans voting for him.
Right.
Trae Young is putting up I bet I can look up some numbers.
To
How many
find a
players have
spot.
averaged 30 and 9
Yep.
On
in
a
their
10-win team,
second
right?
year? What? Zion's played 9 games
They
and
are
gone 5 and 4.
They're the 10th seed right now. I'll tell you right now.
Wow,
You know this, Greg.
congratulations.
Nobody wants to see Zion Williamson in the first round after he's got 30 games.
Yeah,
under his
I'm
belt.
sure the
That is
Lakers
a dangerous player.
are just
I don't think they're
praying
scared.
that the
but
Pelicans
that is a
don't.
dynamic player who can take over games
Look,
right now. Already.
Wait a minute.
Zion-
He hasn't taken over a game yet.
Because
he has
he's
not
played
taken
9 games. He's on a minutes restriction,
Okay,
Rick.
okay, so with all of
In the
that,
limited
I think
minutes.
Chris made a great point. If we're just going superstardom because you are popular, because everybody wants to see you succeed, Trae Young is a superstar. Without question, he's a superstar. And I'm sorry, you're saying John Morant is not a
He's gonna be the rookie of the year.
Rookie of the
That
year.
doesn't make him-
He's not a
they're in the
superstar,
playoffs
but
right now.
Zion
Yes.
Williamson is?
I know it doesn't sound logical. He could be the rookie of the year.
Because it's not logical.
Say it again.
There's
It's
a
not
difference.
logical.
Superstar, high profile, extremely successful.
When you put
just-
that
Chris does not like a
dictionary
good dictionary.
down,
Tell America.
this is
you don't
sports.
believe in dictionaries.
That's talking about TV stars,
Right.
actors, actresses, all sports.
This is
The English
you
language,
surprise
Chris.
me, Greg. You surprise me the most because
we expect that from
yes,
J-Mac.
because
Forward-thinking,
Non-sports.
because you know how hard it is
I
to
do.
achieve different various status levels in the game.
And to keep it
And
going.
I would think that you wouldn't give that out so quickly because there are guys I'm sure you played with who had like 3 or 4 amazing games.
But he has to earn it.
Games.
And you didn't say, "Oh, that dude's a superstar."
Odell Beckham Jr. had a few.
Some talent you can identify it right away, and I think we can't just say, oh, he's not a superstar because he hasn't had the opportunity to showcase it on a big, large scale or sample size. What he's doing, he's a superstar. To come in with all the hype, to be number 1 overall pick, to have a team pretty much say, we're looking for him. We can't wait to start. The league shifted everything as far as watching just so we can watch
So is
his
Trae
first,
Young a superstar?
I'm not saying Trae Young is a superstar.
Why
The
not?
question is
He's got all of that.
good player.
That's
Why
all
Why
that
not,
matters.
Greg?
So
Good
why-
player. Why not?
I will say this.
He's in the All-Star
Right.
game.
He's
My
starting
popular
in the
vote.
All-Star game.
Listen to me. I will take this from Rick, and I will gladly take it from Chris. But from you, Rob, I can't take it.
He's like flopping like a politician. That's what he's doing.
Because Pat Mahomes
Oh,
is
look
not
at
a
that. He goes,
superstar.
yeah.
Lamar
I didn't
Jackson
say
is
that.
not a superstar.
I did not say that.
Yes,
They want Pat Mahomes to be the GOAT. In the
Nobody said
NFL
GOAT,
already.
Rob.
He
He's
won
in the-
one
he's-
Super
he's
Bowl.
en route.
He ain't
That's
no
all we
GOAT.
say.
Okay, let's
Potential.
redefine it. Let's
They want him to
redefine
be
it.
the GOAT.
Rick,
Patrick Mahomes
Rick,
is a
how
superstar.
many?
Thank you.
No, but he is. He the GOAT?
He's a superstar.
We're just saying he's potentially
How many
that.
superstars do you have in the NBA currently? Because if you're just saying championships, which you said earlier, does that mean Giannis is not a superstar with an MVP award?
No, I could say Giannis is a superstar. Okay.
He's leading his team to that.
Yes.
Wait,
I
He's
would.
leading his team to that.
I think
you
Rick,
had to think about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think Rick is. I agree with his premise. I don't say you got to win a championship.
But you should be leading your team there.
You cannot be a superstar in the NBA without consistently leading your team to the playoffs.
Again.
There's no way.
Yeah, here's the thing. Guys will always get their numbers. For me, a superstar gets everybody else numbers. He makes the game easier for everybody else. And that was the only thing that that gave me pause with Giannis because he's a great dynamic player. And in various ways, he makes them go. But you've seen how they play when you take him out of the equation. They're still very good. And I need to see him do that in the postseason when it becomes, we're going to game plan to stop you. And you've got to be able to adjust your game. We're not looking, this is what always bothers me, and we're going to hear it if they don't make it, we're going to hear it about Giannis. Oh, they would get somebody. Chris Middleton can't be the second best guy on the team. LeBron James in Cleveland, oh, if they'd only get him help. And then he goes to Miami and he learns how to win a championship. He learns how to make other guys better. And now suddenly it's different, and you can do it with almost anybody.
I want to piggyback on something else you said about Zion, because, look, I think he's going to put up, if he stays healthy, he's going to be like a 25-11 guy. And I love the fact that he doesn't dominate the ball, and you don't have to really run plays for him, other than, they get it to him in the post.
Right.
But I think that makes him be able to fit with other guys perfectly because he doesn't have to dominate the ball. However, when we talk about the superstars, Giannis, LeBron, Kawhi, Steph Curry, James Harden. They are guys that when all else fails, you can give it to them on the perimeter and they can create something off the dribble without even dominating the ball, but they can create their own shot. I don't see that yet in Zion yet.
No.
Will he ever be that guy? So he may be a guy that's 25 and 11, making the All-Star every year, and a legitimate star, but not the number one guy. Anthony Davis, I don't think is a number one guy. He's 1A because he can't do what the other guys I just mentioned can do.
So is Anthony Davis not a superstar?
I would call him a superstar. I would call him that, but
Anthony Davis is
I would
not
call
a
him a
superstar.
superstar.
No, because he does not fit the definition of making other guys better.
Your definition.
My definition.
Okay.
Yes.
And
But
Greg,
he doesn't fit you guys, though. Your
You're just doing that.
definitions
Like,
is
listen,
celebrity,
Steve
popularity.
Nash,
AD doesn't have that.
Steve Nash, a superstar. He made everybody
He
else
was a
better.
superstar, I
But
think.
Anthony Davis, not a superstar.
That's not even.
I do
you
think
you
AD
say
is a
that as if
superstar.
it's extraordinary that we would say Steve Nash, who was a two-time
Yes.
back to back.
MVP,
He was a superstar.
and was the catalyst of this team, that we would look at him as a superstar and Anthony Davis not a superstar.
You're saying Anthony Davis not a superstar.
and Greg, you know
Yeah,
what?
but I mean, that's not even. That's
But
not hard for me
it's
to.
also unfair to big guys because
justify.
big guys don't always, as you said, with Giannis,
Nowadays, they
make
do.
everybody better. Not
Nowadays,
everybody.
they do.
Joel Embiid, where's he? Superstar?
Not yet.
I'm with you on that.
I think he has. I think he has superstar-like qualities.
And Greg said he's not going to take it from me or whatever, but at the control room.
Oh, that stuck with you, didn't it?
He got them to give him some.
Here we go. Yeah. Somebody said his ear.
I just want them to play the video of when you told everybody how great Kwame Brown was going to be because he's the first overall pick.
What?
Stop it. Stop
Yeah, that's
it, Rob.
silly. I really
You
like
get
the
an A.
first
You
overall.
get an A for effort on
All
that.
right, I
one,
tried.
Rob.
You know.
But your whole idea of guys have to win. James Harden, he hasn't
won anything.
But he wins at a high level. He hasn't won a championship. I
Russell
don't
Westbrook?
think you have to win a championship to be a superstar.
To lead your
But you
team.
have to be in the hunt and consistently.
All right,
And
last
he
one.
is.
Russell Westbrook. Does he make anybody better? Has he won anything? Is he a superstar?
He's been to the final. I think Russell Westbrook's a superstar. My definition is not as stringent as Rick's. I think AD is a
and that's the
superstar.
issue.
closer to you.
But I don't think
Dictionary
Zion.
Is
no.
Russell
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.